range, can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, just change, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ain't, can I? I went live, you know what I put, ain't no one in live, you know what I put. We like this, right here, check my cut. Now they don't really talk about us, now they don't really talk about us. I can gain a free blood. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with a bag? What's pain to a guy that's mad? What's broke to a guy with a man? What's broke to a guy with a pain? I just wanna keep it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I speak the color? Yeah, I got some rings and a brain. Can I kick it? Don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole past, had a flag. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, just change. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Cleveland, taken about 7 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22. On the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line. 2nd and 11.
Oh, good pitch.
Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. 8-yard line. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Sendejo. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 20.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And a short gain here, down to the 22.
TJ Watt there on.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football. Only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger.
He's
Coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Mayfield finding Beckham, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to get the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Listen. Listen. I promise you, ain't ready. Not for me.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
To kick off for Cleveland.
Austin Seibert ready to get us started. And now off we go from Cleveland. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10. at their own 27-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Really not caring.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
43-yard line. A gain of 15. And a first down, Chiefs.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Flushed out right.
Thank you.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
The Browns take over first and
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now first and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They find some open field here. 20.
Here he goes, baby.
Left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 49 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
Good shit.
They're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Thank you.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Sendejo. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
It's caught by OBJ. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 2 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Mahomes now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
They run. Chubb. He winds up getting only a couple there. Down to the 29. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 3rd down, Mayfield. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
This one is right down Broadway. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10. at their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Malcolm Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's second down.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches. 2-minute drill.
Not going to get too far with that.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
But it brings up
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
brings up second.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 7.
Yeah, quick. I put a loss on them. Yeah, they fixed that. Yeah, they put a loss on them. Oh, they just thinking they'd be sweet. Niggas ain't sweet on here like that. Yeah, can't be thinking this shit sweet. Just come on, this play this.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
10 at their own 21-yard line.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
The stop made by
certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete.
Pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 8.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
10 at the 50-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Stopped short of the goal line.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Larry Ogunjobi. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. He's got room to run past the 20. And they will finally get him down at the 28. Well, a heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
But it brings up.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Slant to Adams. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Taken down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams.
Jamal Williams.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And that's complete to Adams. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down.
Rodgers now on first down. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab.
Rodgers pass.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Rodgers.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Rodgers pass intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And he's got this down to the 35. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see.
And he's into the clear. 30. The 20.
Oh, it don't matter.
10,
it don't matter.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
That was a special return. And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A good run by Chubb on first down as he'll get about 6 yards there.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
By Christian Kirksey. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
He was
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Chubb. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle made by Christian Kirksey. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Adrian Amos.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On the carry, it's Chubb. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
At the 3-yard line.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now.
They'll try to run this one in. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That third down conversion good for 23.
It's a gain
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Packers.
And again, it's Rodgers. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fielded in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
1st down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 1st down, Rodgers. He completes it to Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
1st down, Green Bay.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Rodgers pass.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Devontae Adams, 30 yards. And the Packers are back within a score.
Makes the score Brown.
Crosby with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. The lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Oh, wide open, complete.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room because I just
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 71 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Packers 16.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the hook up to Lazard. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 34 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Browns 33. Packers 16.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And he's loose again. The 40, 20, 10. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, when I hit that.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins.
Seibert to kick off for him.
Austin Seibert ready to get us started. And now off we go from Cleveland. Jakeem Grant now to return. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On first, they go right back to Howard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Tackle made.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he'll get this one up to the 26.
Number 24.
And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
He was brought down at the 20.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Touchdown.
Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Got his man, it's Williams. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Fitzpatrick. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A run for Nick Chubb. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
To Nick Chubb.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
44-yard line.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. But he lost 6 there on the first down play.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
41. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
4th down.
4th down, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Fitzpatrick. And he finds Howard complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
3rd down.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
At their own 8-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now left side on the swing pass. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. But it'll be second down.
Brings up second.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At the
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Fitzpatrick's pass intercepted. The
Cleveland offense ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Byron Jones on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Ready? Switch it. Come on, switch it. Take four. Big end. Run. Get one.
Now Chubb. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, 5, and he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play that time out of Chubb. 54 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
Kyle Van Noy.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They run. Chubb. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Christian Wilkins. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A gain of 19.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Miami.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. And some room to work. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Wilson.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down, Dolphins.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now Now a second down throw for Fitzpatrick. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Dolphins 27, Browns nothing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They run again on first down. Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 46 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0.
His kick
You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Miami.
Fitzpatrick will hand this to Howard. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 2 yards. So they went 2 yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's 3rd and 12. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jacob Phillips, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this is no good. Close, but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
First down, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
49-yard line.
55.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Flush to his right. It's caught by OBJ. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 51 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
For the point after.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Alert, 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 alert. 552. Get that ball,
From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Stepping up, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Fitzpatrick here to throw. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
52, 56, 52, 56.
Fitzpatrick. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They toss left to Howard. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Fitzpatrick to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward, but he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over.
Yes, great. Got listen.
To the very end. That's what.
Party going up. I jump with the ground.